Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today taking flights in the Airbus A320 in TAP Air Portugal colours on a flight from here in Porto to Madeira. So flight time today is just under 2 hours. Should be pretty busy today in regards to active ATC, so we've got quite a few airplanes in the area, and definitely coming out on that with Unicom. I believe there may be also air traffic control as well. We'll have to see if they appear or not, we'll have to wait and see. But should be a decent little flight today. And we shall get ourselves started as TAP 1713. So jump the cockpit, set the aircraft up, and prepare ourselves for our flight. Make sure we've got the usual stuff as well going, so make sure the IVAO website links in the chat and all that. First things first, batteries on, align the 3 navs. We'll turn on the crew supply for the oxygen. Just need to do one thing quickly as well, which is that. Because of power active, arm the crew emergency lights, we'll turn on nav lights, strobes automatic, and no smoking automatic. Right, that's all fine. Down to the MCU, let's start programming our flight today. Flight number in use, that shouldn't be. Someone's gone and stolen it. Right, so digitalization, we are departing from Lima Papa Romeo to Lima Papa Mike Alpha. Input that. Our flight number today is Tango Papa 1713. RS will now align that. Take a couple of minutes to get here. This long flight's about 2 hours. It's not a long flight by any means, just under 2 hours. Cost next today is going to be, if I quickly set up, 5. And our flight level, cruising altitude, flights level 350. So 35,000 feet today, not quite as high as the flights to Munich we did earlier on. I'll have a quick look at ATC right now. So you've got a bit of control over in Portugal right now, mainly down in Lisbon rather than Porto. You have a few planes in and about. 4 of us are now travelling to Madeira. We stick the flight plan in the chat. So if you want to track us, you can do so via that link now in the chats. Right, passenger numbers, that doesn't work at the moment. Costing this is 5. Next page. Let's, well, wait for the fuel truck to arrive. Record it, just in case of seeing if stroke when it arrives. If not, we'll just do the fuel loading manually. And also, one interesting thing I've noted here in Porto, I don't know if it's something that happened in real life, but the jet bridge is connected to the rear door, not the front door, as it normally does. So I'm not sure if it's just something to scenery, or if it's actually something they do in real life. At Porto, they load passengers from the rear of the airplane, not the front. Definitely not something I've seen before. Not sure if I'll ever see it again. There's a fuel truck on its way, so wait for the fuel to join in a moment. While we're waiting, might as well allow the passengers to start boarding. Right, so start of flights. From Porto to Madeira, TAP 1713, 35,000 feet, 1 hour 45 minutes flight time, with departure in approximately 23 minutes. Flying an A320neo with 162 people on board, 162. No Wi-Fi, no entertainment. I don't remember if we've got board music for TAP or not. The answer is no. We have got safety briefings, we have done TAP in the past. We do get snacks, we don't get meal service, and with that, let's now start boarding, shall we? Welcome, Marco, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. So pin that comment there. Link I sent is our flight tracking link, so if you want to track our flights, you can do so via that link right there. Right, so wait for the fuels to arrive, or wait some fuel when the aircraft gets it. We'll start programming in the flight plan for today. Not too many waypoints, it's a nice and simple flight, starting off with Manic. From Manic we fly to Lambdi direct. Viram direct, quite a few direct points today. From Viram we fly to Lidro direct, and that's our flight complete, so 4 direct waypoints today. Input that, and we're good to go. Insert flight plan, Let's greet the passengers, and let's go around the rest of the aircraft setup. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this TAP Air Portugal flight 1713 from here in Porto to Madeira. Flight time stays approximately 1 hour 45 minutes. She'll be departing in just a few moments and hopefully be landing with a couple minutes to spare. Weather looking a bit cloudy here in Porto, but should clear up as we approach Madeira. There's a little bit of turbulence, a bit of wind, but it shouldn't cause us too many problems. Any questions, speak to your cabin crew today. Otherwise, if you sit back, relax and enjoy your flights. Right, so I'll say hello to passengers. Turn up the brightness for the displays. Any fixed crashing marks or flights? Not sure, best gamer. Best speak to a cyber or Microsoft for that, not me. How do you remember the codes? Well, this is all based on the flight plan which I got from SimBrief. So we are basing this all on the Lido flight plan, which you do get with every flight. We now turn up the brightness for displays, like I say. Passengers being greeted. Don't forget I was pushing back in just a couple of minutes. Turn the brightness to that, turn the brightness to that. Pushback mod is pushback zoomer. I use pushback zoomer for the pushback in flight sim. Fuel truck should be getting quite close now. Fuel truck is nowhere to be seen. Okay, if it doesn't arrive, like I say, we'll just use the main menu to load. Usually it's better fuel truck, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So, guess we'll get onto that now. The fuel required today is approximately £19,531, 19,531. So we'll load that all up. 19.3, 47%, 19.7, that will do. We'll turn on the fuel pumps. Turn on the seatbelt sign at the aircraft's been fueled. And we will start the APU. Can you use flyby without streaming? You can use the main tool this without streaming, but the overlay does require a streamer. But the main tool itself does not require any streaming tools. We'll plug out the departure now, so it's using runway 35 today in Porto, runway 35, via the Manki departure, so the Manaki departure, Mani 1 Echo. No transition, that's fine, insert that, and we're good to go. Head of performance, using flaps 1 for takeoff today, a flex temp of 70, and takeoff speeds are 126, 127, and 131. Transition 6000. So our flight's now been programmed, that's all complete. Surprisingly, no user point for me to delete today. No user points is going to cause us problems. See here at Porto right now, got a couple of TAP flights stored on the ground. These, by the way, all real people, or people who are using the IVAO network, so I'm sure there'll be a few guys in chat today also flying with us. How do you determine the flaps positions to use? Basically, in the NF20 you'll do 9 times out of 10 you'll be using flaps 1. Only on a short runway flying heavy, you'll use flaps 2, but like I say, 9 times out of 10 you'll be using flaps 1 for any takeoff really. So set out to cruising altitude of 35,000.
On behalf of the cabin crew,
we'll get the meter information right here in Lisbon right now. In Porto even. In fact, while we're doing that, let's do it from the airplane itself. Let's print it out. So we'll head over to the main menu, go to PACX, go to AOC menu, and we will do a weather request. So send that, wait for that to arrive. APU is available, APU is active, give a few seconds to power through the aircraft systems, and off.
Please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able
when you fly to Dubai, not sure yet, Kinsley. We did Abu Dhabi this morning, so probably give it a week or two before we do another flight towards the Middle East.
Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need
right, that's
to,
all good to go. Our departures and program stats. We'll do a quick check of the flight plan as well while we wait for the message to arrive. I'm very sure it's a pre-standard flight, yes it is. No issues with that today. Next, we'll head over to the back menu. Let's take the weather information and print it. So, ATSU AOC received, open and print. Head back to the flight plan, head over to performance. There's nothing I need to print, it's just for the arrival I need to print it out, so that's fine. Take the slip and give that a quick check. So, thank you there. Staff becoming a sponsor, thank you very much, you're a star. Welcome to first class. So when entering the aircraft, please make a left at the door, head to the front of the aeroplane. We're going to take your seats. Leave luggage in your head locker or in the seat back in front of you. Sit back, relax, enjoy your flight. Thank you very much, man. You are a star. Porto today, so weather is 208 knots, visibility plus 10, few clouds at 2,000, broken at 3,000, 30 degrees centigrade, dew point 10, QNH 1018. So it's relatively, well, it's good visibility, but low clouds, which is fine. That's all fine. Whoever that is, they've got their call sign wrong. It should be TAP, not TP. Tango Papa's the IATA code, not the call sign code. Right, so APU is running, aircraft's all powering up, seatbelts are all active. Got a few passengers left to board, so we'll quickly double check that. Any passengers we recognise, anybody we may know? The answer is probably not. It's very rare we get a few famous people on board, but you never know. You never know. Right, looks like a relatively standard cabin today. Rob there, the $50. Wow, thanks man. Seriously. Seriously man, wow. Pog. Oh yeah, Rob the Pog. Cheers man, you are a star, thank you very much. Alright, so let's get ready to get the rest of our aircraft set up. That tells even a couple of moments. Right, that's all fine, that's all fine. How do you know flaps? I've already answered your question, Geordie, about flaps position. Already answered your question. First time you asked, no need to copy and paste. Right, that's all good. Just waiting for last passengers to board. As soon as they're on board, we'll now be ready to leave the gates and depart. We will be using pushback zoom again, so we'll be using the fancy pushback add-on, hopefully this time with a target at the front, which we do have. I think we had it, no, the issue we had this morning wasn't so much the target not being there, it was more the target being confused as to what it was doing, so this time hopefully we'll know what he's doing. Flight time 1 hour 45 minutes, Drawyah. 1 hour and 45 minutes. Right, so that's the cabin now ready to go. We are going to activate pushback zoomer. I'm going to call the, well, turn on the beacon lights, let ground crew that we are ready now for engine start. Now clear the air around the aeroplane. Overhead panel looks fine, there's nothing else I've forgotten. AP is running. That's all set, that's all set. Everything is set. We'll put you to Tara, switch you to automatic. And we'll set the predictive wind shear to auto. Also, let's lock the cockpit door.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 1713.
You want to activate telex today's flights. Anything else chat over MCD? Oh yes, the chatting thing on the FMS. I've got mine turned on, so people can send messages if they want to. Hopefully see what happens later on. It's a small little add-on, but I do quite like it. It's a small little feature. It does make for a fun little conversation. I'll try to remember that. American Airlines 2002. Right, let's do this. Ground from flight deck.
Good afternoon, Captain. Yes, everything is ready down here. Release the brakes.
Brakes released.
Okay, pushback begins.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
You are cleared to start the engines now.
Engine 2 starts. Remember, it's the no, it's not. You just turn it on from there.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
Turn facing south.
Let me turn you to a southern course.
São importantes para mim e para si. Por isso, mesmo que tenha coisas muito importantes para fazer,
dê-me a sua atenção por uns pequenos minutos. Para o nosso conforto e segurança, a bagagem de mão tem que ser colocada dentro das bagageiras.
Antes de circularmos, os corredores têm que estar desimpedidos para facilitar a circulação.
Por mais importantes sejam as bagagens, lembre-se, é proibido colocá-las junto às saídas de emergência.
Neste avião existem 8 saídas de emergência, todas devidamente assinaladas.
2 portas na retaguarda, 4 janelas sobre as asas e 2 portas na frente. Todas elas têm mangas de
Turn
evacuação
facing
que, em caso
south.
de necessidade,
Let me
podem
turn
ser
you to a
usadas
southern
como meios de
course.
redução.
Stop pushback.
E é muito fácil
Okay,
descobri-las.
I'm
Basta
stopping
seguir as
now.
luzes de emergência
Please
que
tell
estão
when the
ao
parking
longo
brakes are
dos
set.
seus
Brakes
assentos.
set.
Okay, Captain. Have a nice flight.
Right, so we now push back from the gates. It did do that slight turn there because I started talking and it kind of, well, with Zoomer, if it hears anything, it'll try and determine what you're trying to say there. Engine to a slightly awkward course, but that's alright. We have pushback, that's no problem. Engine 2.1 is now starting. We'll do a quick flight control check, make sure everything is active. Elevators set, ailerons set, rudder set, brakes set. Load flaps into the number 1 position.
Mas atenção, coloque sempre a sua máscara em primeiro lugar antes de ajudar os outros.
Trust me, nice. We could do Paro. Madeira is easy. Madeira is a cakewalk. Famous last words. So wait for the engine number 1 to start up. So there's no ATC active at the moment, it is just Unicom, so we'll make sure we're chatting to people on the ground. Make way over to runway
Para insuflar o
35.
colete, puxa a pega colorida ou sopra neste tubinho lateral.
Depois de insuflado, o colete também pode ser usado como boia.
Mas atenção, os adultos só devem insuflar o colete ao abandonar o avião.
Um aviso muito importante. É proibido fumar em todo o avião. O João e a Mariana agradecem. Sim,
Right,
são 2.
and on the taxi lights,
Para descolagem e aterragem, todos os
we will
equipamentos eletrônicos
release
têm
the
que ser
parking brake
desligados, porque podem interferir
and
com
we'll
os
taxi over to
instrumentos
the runway.
O equipamento
Pushback out on
não
this
deixa
pushback
de ser
zoomer.
segurança.
Ah!
No bolso do
Ah ha
cinto
ha
está
ha
sofrendo.
ha ha ha.
Por isso,
Thank you,
deixe
we got
para
tower,
saber
that
do
makes life
desporto
so much
o
easier.
exatamente este filme.
1, 2, 4, 8 to 5, 5.
Coloque as costas da cadeira na posição vertical. Encolhe a mesa. Aperte o cinto de segurança. Relaxe.
Quanto a nós,
Hello there, Centre, this is TAP 1713. Just push back at Porto. We can do clearance, we can do taxi. What's better for you?
Air Portugal 1713, Lisboa Control, good afternoon. Clear to Madeira via Manic 1 Echo departure, runway 35. Initial flight level 100, squawk 1023.
Cleared to Madeira, departing runway 35, Manic 1 Echo departure, initial climb flight level 100, and it's squawking 1023 for TAP 1713.
Portugal 1713, lead back fully correct, confirm ready for taxi.
TAP 1713 is ready to taxi.
Portugal 1713, roger, taxi, straight ahead via Sierra to holding point for runway 35, hold short runway.
Taxi via Sierra to Holding Bravo for runway 35, TAP 1713. Right, so we'll be
Revolver leaving services, Lusitania 3 request flight to Amsterdam, Lusitania
taxi you.
309.
And now we'll taxi to the runway. So release parking brake. Let's
Lusitania
taxi.
309, Lisboa, good afternoon.
Tower came in just at the right time.
Amsterdam
Just at the right
Fatima.
time.
4 Sierra departure, runway 21, initial flight level 100, squawk 33.
True, you are right. Flight level 100. That's 100,000 feet.
Sorry, initial climb.
No, it can't be 10,000 because you're thinking of 01. Sorry, you're thinking 1000. No, 01.
309, initial flight
Yeah,
level
010 is
100,
1,000.
Fatima,
100
squawk
is
33.
10,000. No, he is right. It is flight level 100.
To Amsterdam, runway 21, initial climb 1.
So we'll be stuck behind this
1000.
pause.
Squawking
aircraft, while we wait for them to get their own
3307,
clearance
Lusitania
to
309.
depart.
Lusitania 309 is back correct, call me for question. I will, sir, thank you.
So we'll wait here.
Sorry,
Get clearance in a moment.
Portugal 1941, visual control ready to check. Good night, sorry, 72.
There he goes.
Star 872, visual control, good afternoon. Radar contact flight level 310, continue climb flight level 36.
Charlie Sierra, Tango, Quebec, Delta.
Okay, you're going up to
So you can see that's an A320ceo. It's got the original CFM LEAP 1A engines, sorry, CFM 56A engines, not LEAPs. LEAPs we have these 56s. Those are then wingtip fences. Alright, so they're moving out of our way now. We'll continue taxi, hold shorts at Bravo for runway 35. Thank you very much. So the aeroplane in front of us, that is a, what's it called? It's an IVAO model aircraft, so it's not default, it's for the IVAO ATC, and yes, we are using live weather for the flight today. Unreal weather, live weather. Oh yeah, the MAI models in this sim is fantastic. On Indigo there, apparently. Got a few TAP Air Portugals behind us, and apparently there's been EasyJet somewhere as well.
We can start the poop facing north. Lusitania 309.
Lusitania 309, QNH 1022.
QNH 1022, Lusitania 309.
Model matching, yes we are, Captain Monty. IVAO comes with model matching out of the box for Microsoft Flight Simulator. You are right, sorry, the call sign is Air Portugal. I should be saying Air Portugal. We'll remember that we're on the hot shot.
Wind 290 degrees, 900 knots, variable between 260 and 320 degrees, runway 35, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 35, Air Portugal 1713. Right,
Air Portugal 908, ready to check.
So it sort of lights up. I'm not on my pre-takeoff checklist yet, so we will do it slowly as we enter the runway. Brake sets to max. Cabin check. Spoilers arm, take config test. Pre-takeoff checklist is now complete. Do I sign for the APE? The answer is no, we'll do that now as well. Cabin crew, seats for takeoff please.
Visual control, good afternoon. Cleared to Funchal via Manic 1 Whiskey departure, flight level 100, squawk 0753.
My microphone's just being really low in general right now. I'll check the settings out after stream ends, but it just seems to be quite quiet. Right.
Got the copy, the
40. 1 and 2 are stable.
100 and
up to
say again,
flex.
Manico. Azor 69er Juliet Manic 1 Whiskey departure, squawk 0753. Walking 0713
80 knots.
and the 1 Whiskey departure. Azor 69er
100.
Squawk 0753. 0753.
V1.
Azor 69er
Rotates.
Juliet, retract correct.
Web Academy 201, final runway 21.
So brakes, gear up.
Web Academy 201, wind 290 degrees, 900 knots, turbo between 250 and 320 degrees, runway 21, clear station
Clear station go runway 21, Web Academy 201.
Anti-ice, good shout. It's probably going to freeze over today, so anti-ice shall be turning on. Flaps up.
Hello, controller,
Throttle,
7585, requesting IFR clearance in Madeira.
Easy 7585, visual control, good afternoon, confirm position.
So hold it at 10 degrees pitch climb. At about 3000, we'll then turn on the autopilot, so let the aircraft now take control of everything. And we're just about to enter through the cloud now.
7585, go ahead.
Easy 7585, clear to Madeira via Manic 1 Whiskey departure, runway 35, initial flight level 100, squawk 4525.
If I look at the IVAO with myself, actually I've not looked at it yet. What I do setup talk? Probably not, Marco. My setup's not particularly special, it's just a standard generic desktop computer, nothing special with it.
Easy 7585, ready back correct, call me back for question.
Alright, so departed. Next stop, Medeira.
Please point Azor 69er Juliet, ready to start and push. Azor 69er Juliet, pushback and start up approved facing south, QNH 1022.
Facing south 102, Madeira 600.
Lisboa Control Lusitano 309, ready to taxi to runway 21.
Standard. Entrance next flight, not sure yet. I'm going to do a normal flight tomorrow, and then a group flight in the evening as always, the last time every month. So, group flight tomorrow, do be around for that.
Point of runway 21 via Alpha, Lusitano 309.
Do you know why long-haul flights change their altitude by 2,000 every couple of hours? Basically, Kendall, as an aircraft cruises, it burns fuel and becomes lighter. Continue climb, flight level 350 for Air Portugal 1713. So continue climb to 35,000 now. As an aircraft flies, it burns fuel, becomes lighter, and therefore it can fly to higher cruising altitude while being more efficient. So, in just case of being too heavy for the higher altitudes until it burns the fuel to get there.
The right stand close to you. Are you coordinated, all you guys that are at Porto?
So, we have departed. We're now well on our way.
7585 traffic on CR7. He already pushed back. Are you coordinating with each other?
Web Academy 201, right on convoy 21 for touching go.
Weather Academy 201, Roger, clear touch and go convoy 21, wind 290 degrees, 900
we
knots.
will turn off. Well, landing lights will, landing lights will come off.
Clear touch and go convoy 21, Web Academy 201.
So far, so good.
785, yeah, we can wait for them to go and then push back after.
7585, Roger, push back and start up approach facing south, QNH 1022.
GP, I'm running a GTX 1660 right now, King.
Porto 908, clear to Madeira
running a
via
GTX
Manic
1660. Would I recommend it, Kingslayer? Yes, I absolutely would. Great bit of kit.
4017.
Not the best graphics card in the world, but it is a modern GPU. It does run things quite nicely, so yeah, I like it. I do like it. We've just about finished our right turn now. We're going to head into the south. To Medeira. We'll likely turn off seatbelt sign shortly as well. Presume, well, we'll wait for the right turn here at Manic, and then the right turn. Yeah, so far so good from the Air Portugal.
Partitions again.
Alright, flying in the Quito Gotcha scenery. Very nice, Evan. It's a very beautiful bit of the world, that.
Partem te mandar para Sevilha.
From Manchester to Mallorca. Very nice density. Hope your flight is rather good. Isn't it fun doing the same for 25 for Saturday evening? I don't mind it, PACX. I don't mind it. I mean, I've always enjoyed flying. I've always enjoyed travelling. So, at least with Flight Sim, it kind of lets me do it while, well, not being able to travel anywhere at the moment. So, of course, I'd much rather be out in the real world going somewhere. But for now, this is as close as I'm going to get. This is as close as I'm going to get. Don't realize I need Unicom on IVAO. Can you explain how to use it? So basically, Unicom is a group chat per se. So if there's no ATC, no controls in the area, you use it to communicate with the pilots, just to ensure that you know what you're doing, you know where you're going, just overall keep yourself in the know. So it's a group chat that you can use to communicate with other pilots in your airspace. This is Microsoft Flight Sim. Across the list? Yes, it is. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020.
309, line up and wait for noise 21.
Line up and wait to runway 21, Lusitano 309.
In the background, that's
Visual control
IVAO ATC talking.
Sierra leaving your airspace, requesting
so
to
far,
switch
so
Unicom
good.
122.8.
Do you think Munich to Perth is good at one stop? You could do it in no stops if you do the 787 or 747 PACX. You could do that with no stops if you need to. This is a mix of high nitro graphics, Consular, yes. And yes, Ari, there is group flight tomorrow. Tomorrow evening UK time, there will be a group flight. Let's say you're taxiing to runway, what would you say? So basically, just say that you're taxiing to runway via taxiways, whatever your taxiways are, and literally just type into chat to inform other pilots that you are taxiing to the runway. Same as pushback. Inform that you're pushing back, just so they know where you're going.
Climb to level 400.
Order 872, Roger, climb flight level 400.
So now passing through flight level 225, 22,500. So far so good, aircraft's running smooth. See what sign comes off.
Airbus A320neo Juliet, wind 290 degrees 9 knots.
Join a group flights, just log in as you are. There's no special requirements on Discord. I'll drop the flight plan and all that. And all you've got to do is just spawn up at the departure airports. Stick your multiplayer, turn it on, and you're good to go. Either Europe West or Europe North as the server. Having had a long flight earlier, do you ever get time for rest and food? Well, I had food already, Bilbong, and time for rest? Well, I had a good couple of hours to rest. I mean, I am just sitting here doing nothing particularly, so it's like I'm going to be using too much energy for this. Yes, an A330 is coming from the Project Megapack people, so it was Canadian mods, now it's the Project Megapack, and they are releasing an A330 soon, correct?
Runway 21, clear for takeoff, Lusitania 309.
7585, confirm taxi holding point for runway 35, yeah.
Taxi holding point ground.
What's your favourite aircraft? It's either the 737 or 747. More, Edward, my favourite aircraft is either the 73 or 747. Both of them always, both of them close to my heart, I'd say. The 747 is a beautiful, beautiful aircraft, and the 737 is the workhorse of the skies, the aircraft I've flown the most in real life.
Academy 201, traffic departing runway 21, continue extend.
So a few airplanes making their way out in Porto right now.
Academy 201, traffic departing runway
yes, we
21,
are using live weather right now, so it's relatively cloudy, relatively covered right now here in Porto. Live radio, this is IVAO, Kimson, this is IVAO we're using. So this is what it looks like.
Academy 201, Roger, low approach.
So we're currently shooting to frequency 134.855, that's currently Porto Centre. And basically it's just an online two-way chat between us and Tower. So all of us here are real people, flying in a flight sim. And it's just a case of, well, listen out for your call sign, respond to them when you need to. Let's have a quick look. Still on Tower. This is centre. This has always been centre. Air Eclipse. Because there's no tower line right now, this is top down. So centre controlling tower and ground and clearance delivery. So they're doing everything on the way down. If there was tower, then we'd tune. But because there's no tower, he's doing basically everything for the entire area.
Academy 201, join right base, runway 21, report final.
Right, so Mach point 8. Why don't you use managed speed? Mainly lugs just get speed up, so the faster we cruise, the earlier we land, the happier our passengers are today. So satisfaction around 96%. The higher you can get that, the better it will be for everyone at the end of the day.
Climb to flight level 240, Lusitania 309.
Cloud layer.
Lusitania 309, after passing 4,000 feet, by the left, proceed direct to Osby.
No, Kingsley, I cannot see the overlay. So if I turn off the, this is what I can see, basically. I've got the flight sim, I've got the PACX at the bottom, and that's it. No overlays, no chats. Chats is a separate window over here. I just see the basic flight sim and PACX. For streaming, you guys get all the fancy stuff. You get my webcam, you get my chat, you get my overlay, you get my PACX.
Pointing, heading 180, do you confirm?
It's IVAO logs, not that sim, this is IVAO, IVAO. As you download it, you can get the link from here.
Okay, at the moment you are interfering with the departure at runway 35. You are on the climbing out area of runway 35. I will request you to disconnect if possible.
Oops. Someone's messed up.
Air Portugal 908, winds 290 degrees 9
so let's see if
runway
American
35,
2002 are still here. So American 2002 hello, space, there.
Web Academy
So in Microsoft Flight Sim, the A320neo has a free chat basically, and you can send messages to not found. I'll try a L2002. If they're not there, then sadly we've lost them. So try again.
Portugal 908, squawk more Charlie.
Not found. Okay, fair enough. So if we could find another aircraft using the A320neo mod, we'd actually communicate with them through the voice chats. Alright, so up at cruise. Now flying smooth. I don't even know it's automatic. Yes, Bruno, it's automatic in real life, but in Microsoft Flight Sim, the aircraft will very likely continue to freeze over. So I turn it on just for the sake of turning it on, basically. I know it's there, I know it's automatic, but I just don't trust it, if you know what I mean. Checking on Volanta. Oh, very nice, very nice. I'd like to get myself on Volanta at some point. Hopefully, get an Orbex thing through that. So far, so good.
7585, visual control.
Still in control for now. We'll likely be switched over to Unicom as we enter the Atlantic leg, and then maybe get control in the Madeira. If not, we'll just land on our own. There's a good chance we'll get Madeira control later on. Is there an automatic Microsoft Flight Sims 78920 yet? Not yet, Kingslayer, not yet. It's coming, but not yet.
Clearance to Porto, flight level 240.
Do you know which plane will be the first to make pack off release? Well, the first one's the A321 density, which is already out, the A321. Next will be the A330. So A330 will be second, A321 already released.
Radar contact, flight level 6,
call sign, we're TAP 1713. TAP 1713. We'll see. So I'm not actually probably not still off because I've already done. We'll see. I did a long haul this morning. I'm not really fancying a long haul Virgin Atlantic tomorrow, so we'll see. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks.
Tabzit 908's already been told to disconnect because he's already interfering stuff, so I can imagine he's going to get told off. Madeira's called CR7 because it's, well, Cristiano Ronaldo's the big name in Madeira, he's from Madeira himself, and so to celebrate Ronaldo being from Madeira, they've renamed everything Madeira. So there's the Cristiano Ronaldo airports, the Cristiano Ronaldo museum, I think there's a Ronaldo cinema on the island as well. Just everything has been renamed after Cristiano Ronaldo.
To destination as filed inbound 3 Sierra departure, runway 21, QNH 1022, QNH 3200.
Portugal 960 confirmed, squawk 3200.
Squawk 3200.
Managed to pass off one day. We said can do it one day.
100.
That guy's lucky. Well, he's an international footballer. He's one of the best in the world. So of course they get a bit over it. So we're at 35,000. We're at cruising. Smooth sailing from here. Smooth sailing. Do you like the game, Drawyah? I love it, Morgan. Microsoft Flight Simulator. I absolutely adore it. Oh, you got clouds working, did you, Indian Oscar? Very nice. What did you do? What did you change? What was the broken setting for you?
7585, identified passing 4,000 feet, continue climb at level 240.
We've got a company message, so someone's found us. Atsu ASC menu. Received American to us AAL 202. Found him. Hello, testing. AAL 2002. Oops.
Flight Academy 201, wind 290 degrees, 8 knots, variable between 250 and 320 degrees, runway 21, clear flight.
Let's land runway 21, Web Academy 201.
So we'll reply to them. See if we can chat. Yep, there you go. That sent it. So now we've sent a message to American Airlines.
Proceed direct Manic.
Hopefully be able to spot them later.
Direct Manic.
Yeah, I've got company message. That's to AOC menu received. From same aircrafts. This is flight American 202. There's an error on my end. Had to rename you all to. Okay. Now we can notice you can print out his message from American 2002. Wait for it to print. We can pull it. And now we can print out his failure for the world to see. It's such a small, dumb little feature, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Flying country crack delivery. Oh yes, Paolo. Oh yes. Flying the TAP Air Portugal A320neo in the new colours. I must say, I do like TAP's new colours. Very smart looking aeroplane, this. Looks amazing. It does PACX. Absolutely does. This is on an SSD, Kingslayer. This is installed onto an SSD, so well, I'm not going to try and run the sim off of a hard drive anytime soon, especially something like this. We'll get as much behind it as possible, hopefully. Oh yeah, it works. Absolutely works. So we're at takeoff, we're at cruise. We'll be landing in approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's not a long flight by any means, 1 hour 45. I'm sure again, as we're flying at high speed, we may get a few minutes early, may save a bit of time, but shouldn't have too many problems with the flight today. Kimiko mod, probably not a postulus, because the current channel mods are people I know for a couple of years in real life, and therefore got a lot of trust for them. Can you fly from Kuala Lumpur to Bali? Can do, certainly one day, Kunji. Certainly can do.
Can you please repeat the information? Is there any traffic ahead?
Portugal 1960, traffic just crossed intersection uniform, line up and wait for noise 1.
How'd you make up the... How'd you make up at 7:31 today? I'm not sure what you mean by that, PACX. What do I have to make up?
Academy 201, confirm on tango.
Oh, wake up? Absolutely fine, PACX. I normally wake up at about 7 o'clock anyway, so absolutely normal. Wake up, PC on, load it up, have a quick 5-minute rest, and off you go. So I believe we should be now on Unicom 122 late. You have left their airspace, but I'm just keeping near us now on radio, just in case they send us off later. But at this point, it's smooth sailing. Off we go. Could you find the feature? So with that, Magnus, in Microsoft Flight Sim, there's no A380, there's no A319, there's no A320ceo, there's no 777, and there's no A350. So I'm afraid, all 5 of those, the answer is no, because they're not in the sim, they don't exist.
7585, proceed direct Veram.
So wind's a variable right now. Hope you land for runway 05. On paper, at Madeira, we're expecting runway 23 on paper, but we'll see how it goes on the approach path in. If we have a look at the charts, so Madeira for the arrival.
Welling gate 4 India Papa Lisbon control, good afternoon, radar contact, flight level 340, continue descent, flight level 240.
So yeah, we're testing runway 05 at the moment, but we could switch to 23. Hang on.
Proceed direct speed, after it be join it be 7 Bravo arrival, expect ILS approach for night 1.
Yeah, hang on. I'm thinking myself now. Yeah, so runway 23 expecting, so it'll be coming into the, coming in from the north, but ultimately winds can change, see how that all goes down. But runway 23 is currently on paper.
Web Academy.
Depends if we also get ATC online later.
Academy 201, continuação numa boa semana.
Is it weird you run better on full ultra than for high settings? Not particularly, Harry, because ultimately you're utilising more of a GPU, and therefore you may be able to get some better performance by utilising more of a GPU rather than underutilising it. No, I don't fly virtual airline feature. I do not fly virtual airline. Yes, Kingslayer graphics are the same from the settings video as it is now. I've not had any changes. Sim works absolutely perfect to this day. Air Portugal 1713 for Unicom 1228. Thank you very much. Take care and goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Right, so we're shooting to Unicom now.
Vueling 84 India Papa, proceed direct to Upcat.
And we'll see if we do get later tower for the rest of the flights. There must be mods to add other types of aircraft. Not at the moment. Well, the only other aircraft at the moment is the A321 for passenger jetliner. Other than that, no real other mods at this point. There is a CIJ which is now broken for most people. But no, at this point there's no mods apart from an A321. Does the fly-by-wire mod include a working data link system to commit of ATC? Not yet, Sloth. Not yet. It's something they want to work on APDLC, but right now the answer is no. Not at this stage. Top percent, not on the ND here, but top percent is quite easy. It's flight level times 3 divided by 10. So currently cruising at flight level 350, 35,000 feet. Therefore, using that math, we can know that our approach is at 369, 510, 15, 105 miles from the airport. 105 miles will be our top of descents. Can continue to read charts. At some point we can do use if people want it. Something that we can do potentially. Here flights from Frankfurt to Lagos, potentially one day Wisdom, potentially in 747 we could do. Otherwise, yeah, now breaking out of Portugal, we're over the water, and it's, well, beautiful, clear skies for the rest of this flight. Potentially well. So you've got variable winds, potentially a bit of turbulence on the arrival, but we'll have to see how it all goes. It's still runway 23 in use right now, Madeira. Still runway 23. But we'll keep a close eye on that as the rest of the flight goes. Hands of flight, 1 hour and 45 minutes, Aviation Channel. 1 hour and 45 minutes from start to finish. Yes, Medeira is a very challenging approach, especially with the winds. So right now it is variable winds, which is what the island's airport is famous for. Not strong. They're not strong winds, just bumpy. We've got a company message. Let's see who's chatting this time. Let's do AOC menu received. We have 2 new messages. One from American Airlines, currently on way to Princess Juliana from Miami. Have a safe flight. Cheers. We'll print it out as a happy, cheerful message. And the other one from EasyJet. EasyJet pilots are the best. We'll ignore that in my TAP plane today. My Air Portugal. Yeah, happy, cheery message from American 2002. Go 05 for more challenging. Like I say, Paolo, it really depends on the weather. It really depends on the winds. If your text is not available, Diego, go to the menu, go to Options, and go to AOC. Here, you can then turn it on. So enable or disable free text here. So once again, menu, Options, AOC, enable. Do you think the actual lines are good, and what's the point of them? So, Davil there with the, sorry, Dave Cusco with the subscription on Twitch. Thank you very much. You're a star. Thank you for supporting the channel. So, do I think virtual? I mean, I used to do quite a few virtual airlines. I used to do Ryanair virtual, Aegean virtual, EasyJet virtual, virtual British Airways, that kind of stuff. So, sorry, VBA, yeah, virtual British Airways. So, not the other one, the Smart Cars one. So yeah, they're good if you want a bit of a, I guess, an end goal, but with add-ons like PACX and well, that's really, with add-ons like PACX you don't really need them as much anymore. But like I say, if you want an end goal, something like well, a virtual land along with Smart Cars is pretty good way to go about things. gives you an end goal, gives you a way to kind of track yourself, and it's just there for some people to enjoy if they really want it. I mean, like I said, I used to do it a lot. It's not so much these days. These days I'm now for a lot more freedom flying, aka I spawn an aircraft, I fly from A to B, nothing's kind of limiting me. It really comes down to what you're trying to get at the end of it. Are FlyLive going to change the cockpit model? Not at the moment, Hamish. Not at the moment. I mean, they're building on top of it at the moment, so if you see there's a new tablet here for the future EFB when that arrives. Not yet functional, but it's slowly coming up. So instead of building a new cockpit, they're kind of building on top of the current one to get to the level they want it to be. Are there any popular airlines like EasyJet VA, Microsoft Flight 2020 yet? There's no specifically virtual airlines within FlightSim 20, PACX. If you look at the Smart Cars website, Smart Cars and VAMSys, they are very in tune and compatible with this platform. Welcome, not know how you're doing, welcome back. Your first flight in FlightSim 2020 would have been an A320 from London Luton to Inverness. Luton to Inverness. Could you fly a 747 from Miami St Martin? Did they do that in real life? Miami St Martin 74 KLM? I'll have to check that, Charles. Why don't you use the SimBrief integration for your flight plan in the A320neo? Because when your flight plan's got 4 waypoints, 1, 2, 3, 4, you don't need it. If it's a longer flight plan, then yes I would, but with 4 waypoints it's just easier, less effort to type them all in. God, PACX is good. Glad to hear future clips. I do like it. It's a very, very good add-on. Welcome David from Italy. How you doing? PACX, no you don't. Smart Cars is free to download and compatible with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Can't remember though if it's SimConnect or FSUI PC. I think it might be FSUI PC, which again, free download. Hashtags in the A320neo. So if you go to the menu, you go to Options, AOC and enable it. If you go back to the main menu, go to ATSU, AOC and free text. Here you'll put in the call sign. So what was the EasyJet I was talking to earlier? Received was Easy 7585. Easy 7585. So you can input that and then type the message. So hello, how are you from flight level, and the aircraft's been up, hasn't it? Should be Mach 0.8, but it's still just for some reason speeds itself up. Kill that. From flight level 350. Can't really do a smiley face, can you? There's no colon, so sadly you can't really do a smiley face. Send that. So send a message, and then eventually we'll receive a message. I'll give you from the FMS. Apparently there's a plane right in front of you on IVAO. Let's have a quick look. Nope. There's no aeroplane in front of us right now. There's this guy. Thor Airlines to New York, but that's way out in front of me. Not going to be visible by any means. A few airplanes coming in from different approaches to Madeira. Airplanes stood around. It's just a case of getting ourselves to the island and preparing ourselves for runway 32 landing. Is Kayak Senior worth it? I like it, Tom. I do like it. It's set in 1995, so a couple of years before the airport closed. The terminal's been very well built up to the point that you can now walk through the interior. So the interior has all been built up and everything, and just the whole scenery in the Simwings Kayak. I do like it. I do very much like it. I'll probably fly there. In future streams, for example, I'm considering to never fly to the main Hong Kong airport, but instead do Kayak for every single stream, because it's just that good of an airport. The approach is that famous, and so if we ever do like London to Hong Kong, we won't do Hong Kong new airports, we do Hong Kong Kayak all the time. So fantastic scenery, highly recommended. Can you see anything behind us? Not sure, Povax. I think they may just be out of view. Just out of view. So, look at the weather now. Still a bit cloudy. Still a bit covered at the moment. If we get the meter again for Madeira, I won't print out a new one just yet. We'll go for the one we've already got. Print that out. Let's give ourselves an idea of what the approach is going to look like. So we'll print that, we'll rip it. Currency Madeira, it is so it's 230 at 4 knot winds. Visibility plus 10. Scatter clouds at 1,300. 18 degrees centigrade 1.14. Connection 1027. So again, there's low clouds. The winds, they're not bad. They're not bad. We can actually change between messages. You know, you could do that. Very nice. Yeah, so we'll definitely keep an eye out on that. Hopefully it won't cause us too many problems, but yeah, we're expecting a runway 23 landing at this stage. May change to 05 as we go. Hi, can you get banned on IVAO? If you mess around Povax, you can get banned, yes. Not too bad, your boy. Not doing too bad. So far, so good. How you doing? If you could add to play this game, it would be a Boeing 737. Would it upgrade any CPU? Yes, I will. Probably go for an AMD 5000 series card at some stage. Have you ever tried Lidl Ultimate's chocolate brownies? Not sure, Charles. Not sure, to be honest with you. Should I swap one up above? Nice, I'm seeing things now. Might just be the sun. Here's your company message. Who's sending messages now? AOC received. So another message from EasyJet. Hey Captain, very well thanks. 100 miles behind you. See you at Madeira. Don't play DCUS World? From time to time. From time to time. It's not my go-to sim, but I've got a couple of the what are they called? Modules for it. It's a sim that I'd like to get more into, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't do it enough. I'd like to sit down and actually properly do DCS one day in the future. You probably get banned your first try. Well, tell the AT that you're new Povax and that you'll learn the basics, and generally they're pretty good for newcomers. Favourite film? Not sure, Jack. Not sure. There's quite a few films I'd say pretty good. Princess Bride's a classic. The Bullet Train's a favourite of mine from the Japan section. What else have you got? You've got Plane Trains Automobiles. I do quite enjoy it. There's a few I do quite like. Do any of the newer Airbuses like the Neos or A350s have an electric nav panel to tune frequency? So the A350s do, Danny. The A320 does not. Good evening, Owen. How you doing? Welcome to the Jets. Yeah, you may want to... Hang on. I know, I can kind of... Hang on. I mean, I don't know Portuguese at all, but based on what I can read, I'll try and break it down. So, senhoras e senhores, este é o vosso comandante a falar. Chamo-me Drawyah. Bem-vindos a bordo de TAP Air Portugal voo 1713 com serviço até a Madeira. Obrigado por terem escolhido a TAP Portugal. So I'm presuming it's saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. This is your captain Drawyah speaking. Welcome aboard this TAP Air Portugal flight 1013 with service to Madeira. We welcome aboard this flight TAP Air Portugal, something like that. What's the user point? How do you deal with it? So basically, user point is just a generic waypoint that's somewhere outside the airport as part of your departure. How to deal with it? Just delete it. Delete it, pretend it's not there. Have a nice flight. I'm sure you will, Cyberlance. Thank you very much. Favourite airport? Helsinki-Vantaa. Helsinki-Vantaa is by far my favourite airport. It's a very, very pretty terminal. It's a fully wooden terminal. Looks like the inside of a sauna. It's a very, very stylised airport. You can sing in Spanish. You can sing in Spanish songs, but you can't have a conversation in Spanish. Cheers, Morgan. Always appreciated. Guess it's one closer to 30,000 subs. Good morning, Loki. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chat. How are you today? How are you doing? We're about a quarter of the way into our flight already. Quarter of the way into Madeira. Expected arrival is 21:32 Zulu on the clock right now, so 9:30. It's about 1 hour away. Expected arrival 1 hour and 12 minutes. So we are currently set for a on-time arrival. So very good Portuguese. Cheers, Boeing. Much appreciated. The thing with me, because I've always been interested in languages, typographies, and speaking foreign languages, so with a lot of languages, I could probably read something to relative accuracy. I don't know what it means, but I could probably read it. I mean, I speak English natively. Moje ime jest polsko, nie mówię po polsku. Na małe możemy na konwersację. Avec na français. Bonjour, ça va? Un peu sommeil. Mita colo. Nonin. I think that's about as far as I can go. English, Polish, French, and Finnish. That was. Spanish I could. No, Spanish I couldn't do. Portuguese I couldn't do. Russian, Russian's hit and miss because it's, well, speaking wise, it's kind of similar to Polish being a Baltic language, but again, some differences. I mean, for example, for those of you who were on my stream this morning, you had noted that I was actually booking a flight on a Russian site earlier. So, for example, this is Drawyah. So they're a Russian airline that operates out of Moscow. Well, operate out of Izhevsk, but flying to Moscow in the FlyLive 42. So, for example, if I want to do a flight from... What's this? So it's an advert. Go away. So, I want to do a flight from, say, Moscow to Izhevsk. Departure, say, early May. So, May the 12th, May the 13th. One passenger, search flights. So there's no basic, but we can do economy, 3,000 rubles, and that operates in the Boeing 737-800 and the Boeing 737-800. If we were to go back to say more today, today's flight was operated in the, well, it's probably due tomorrow because today's flight's already flown, so tomorrow's flights operates in the FlyLive 42, so the FlyLive 42 is still fine. I want to do it one day in the future, but if I want to book a flight on a Russian website, I could book a flight on a Russian website and all that. It's like, my languages are so random, even though I don't understand what do I know, what do I not know. One day I think I should just sit down and jot down what languages can I say, which ones I cannot. Do I know Dutch words? No, Danny, I'm afraid not. Dutch is a language I have zero understanding of. What about French? Bonjour, ça va, Kingslayer? Ça va bien, merci. Comment t'appelles ça? You bought the S227 for DCS World. You're for surprise, whereas the S227 highest displays are in kilometers per hour. Yes, it's in kilometers, not in knots, and it's in meters, not feet. It's a very capable aircraft, the S227. Do you recommend upgrading to get to the 787? It depends, Alan, because, well, for one, it's not just 787. It includes the so like the SR22, it includes the citation longitude. Airports wise, you get both Heathrow and Dubai, so it's more than just a 787. But really, it comes down to what do you want in the add-on? What do you want to get out of it? Yes, Boeing, I have had dinner today. Had burgers. So currently, yeah, currently smooth sailing. It's 96% satisfaction from the passenger right now. Got another company message. Let's see who's talking to us this time. AOC. Oops, what's the menu? Options. AOC. Let's try that again, shall we? Atsu. AOC menu received. This one's from American 2002. St. Martin, over the Caribbean, landing very shortly. Very nice. Right, Richard, to you, David. Pay attention. Pay attention. What's the STD screen letter your pilot? You use this. No, Alan. So STD is standard altimeter. So when you pass through transition, so transition is where you change from local altimeter, local air pressure, to standard altimeter or standard air pressure, which is 29992/1013. So when you're at flight levels, basically, because the air pressure is different everywhere in the world, it's a standardised set pressure that all aircraft fly at. So flight level 350 is 35,000 feet, but because of the different pressures, we just fly at a flight level of 350. So it's basically just a fancier way of saying different altitudes with 1,000 feet separation. Do you prefer the 737 or 787? Probably the 73, Jakovic. Probably the 737 out of those two. Hey Drawyah, PACX self-flying cargo, which do you think? I like PACX. I mean, self-flying cargo is alright from what I've seen. I don't own it, I've not tried it. But with PACX, it's more minimalistic because as a pilot, it's what a pilot is doing. In self-flying cargo, you got more options like do you serve passengers food or drink or snacks, whatever. That's not your job, that's the cabin crew's job. Your job is to fly the aeroplane. The cabin crew and food stuff, all automatic from the pilot's perspective. So, while PACX is the more minimalistic option, it's by far the more realistic for the pilot's point of view. In PDD, you notice that a lot of AI people are boarding and deep on the airplane. How do you bring that to flight sim? That's mod 6 which that's what's it called? It's called it's not Airport No Hard Services, that's the Airsoft one. It's called GSX, Ground Services X. So it's a mod, and they are currently working on getting GSX into a Microsoft Flight Sim. Yes, they are. One for the future though, once it arrives, they ported it. X-Plane versus Microsoft Flight Sim. I've got a video on that, Kingslayer. Recommend watching the video, as that goes into a lot of detail, a lot of depth about the different setup. Another message, what you guys send me now? Free text received for American 2002. Your finish was on point for a non-finished speaker. Plans only finish flights anytime soon. Where is he finished? Is he? AL2002. So you are finished. Sorry, put a question mark down, can I? It's another thing you quite miss out. I don't know. That is a question mark. Meter. Cool. So 1L2, sorry, 1 use or 2 use afterwards. I think it's 2 use. You have a question. In which options are the yes or no? In the live Priximo planes, you can take off right seats. Not quite sure what I mean by that, Boeing 001. Not quite sure what I mean by that. You live in the Priximo. I'm not sure what I mean by Priximo. 177 A320 game, probably time we get it done. I'm not sure what I mean by that either, Dan. I'm not sure what I mean by that at all. Why don't let me send a message to you? You sure? TAP 1713 should be funds quite nicely. So, in terms of cruise, we're slowly making our way there. Next one visible is Lidero. After Lidero, I think the next waypoint takes us into the approach basically. So yeah, Lidero, decel, and into to Mallorca. So we're making progress. Top of descent in about 25-30 minutes. You've learned how to fly the 787-10, did a flight from Mallorca to Madrid. Very nice. It's a good flight in the 787, I do like it. So this morning we flew it from Abu Dhabi to Munich. That was a good 6.5 hours of flying. And yeah, it was an absolutely smooth sailing flight. The aircraft performed very well, apart from the descent, as you guys know. It likes to nosedive a bit, so lost a few passenger points from that, but ultimately it was a very good flight. Do you know inside the descent? So at the moment, Gerald, because it's not displayed on the ND here, you calculate it yourself. So I'd say it's flight level times 10 divided by, sorry, flight level times 3 divided by 10. So flight level's 35,000 feet, flight level 350, times it by 3, so that'll be 1,050 divided by 10, 105, and therefore sending will be at 105 miles from the airport. Flight level times 10 divided by 3, 105 miles from flight level 350. There are two planes behind you killing each other. What do you mean by killing each other? They are close. TAP 9041 and TAP 908. They are close. But I won't say killing each other. I won't say killing each other by any means. In terms of inbound flights, so I am the first aircraft to come in at the moment. Two aircrafts within 5 minutes of each other. So it's going to be very close, the airspace. But we'll see if we continue with runway 05 coming from the other side. What factors affect your passenger points and packs? So turbulence causes a bit of distress in the cabin. Of course, flying sensibly helps passengers keep happy. The longer you fly, the more boring it gets and therefore less satisfaction. And therefore you can either do, well, cabin crew then do a meal service or snack service just to increase your satisfaction up a bit. Landing rates affects it. Timeliness affects it as well. So if you depart early, get more happiness. If you depart late, get less happiness. Same for landing. Arrive early, happy. Arrive late, not so happy. And it's just a case of kind of balancing it out within both the flight and the comforts. About 5 times in the message. Anything to do with that enabled. Have you turned on the messages, Harry? So options, AOC 36 enable. If you don't have that turned on, then you can't send messages. Better question. Can you land on the right seat today? We'll see, Boeing. We'll see. So we'll probably start programming our approach in a couple of minutes. We're not super far now from the airport, so if we have a look, let's have a look. Because I know you guys all want me to do runway 05, which is the more challenging approach, and I'd like to do it as well. Let's have a look at the winds. If the winds are any better, so options, AOC, meter, no, what am I doing, let's do a weather request. If I can get an idea what the winds are like, we may switch over to 05, we shall see. Received. Is it American Airlines flights? Yes, I am. Just Sim released there. I've seen Just Sim scenery. I think Just Sim's Helsinki also sucks. I'm not a fan of it. A lot of it looks like basic default assets, and the ground textures are different colours to the wild scenery. I'm not a fan. If they update it, I'll likely buy it, but for now, current version is way off for me. So it's a variable at 4 knots. We'll do a runway with 5 approach, so we'll set up for runway 5. Do an RNAV for that. 5 Zulu. Do we have a lid row 1 Charlie? Yes, we do. How's that look? If I input that, it's I'm not. Hang on. Sorry, no, that's fine. So lid row. Well, it's kind of alright, goes into fun and then just goes on awkward route. So if we erase that, RNAV 05, no start. Try again, shall we? You want to see on a VATSIM map? You do, because we're not on VATSIM, we're on IVAO, so use an IVAO map to find us. So runway 05, no star. Transition. Insert. So LPMA 05 via the lid row. So I'll slip that into the chat so everybody in the airspace will know that we'll be doing that approach. Go over to the radio, make sure it's set to frequency, which in Madeira is... sorry, it's on approach, so I'm actually going to get a frequency. LPMA 05. We're on that. Okay, well, we'll see if we can get pull out. So probably not Sky Vector. We'll take it off of this one. If there's a hub, perhaps. So I'm looking for the frequency for the runway. I should try and use it for the RNAV. Can't find it, we'll go without it, but hopefully try and find something. Sky Vector, maybe then we could use it. It's not 112. That's the ATC frequencies. That's the. For the frequencies for Madeira, because I know 27 will have the frequency up to the other side. And then look at the IFR plates. Not too bad in that, Hayden. Not doing too bad. I'm currently getting myself lost, so I can't find the ILS frequency for Madeira to save my life. So we can use it for the RNAV took on. If we can't find it, we can't find it. It's very strange. Normally I'm pretty good at finding these. Today it's just complete loss. Next mechanism update's not sure yet, Jackson, but normally they update it rather quickly, so expect it soon. Expect it soon. Mechanism firming updates. So we'll go about the frequency. We don't really need it because the on approach guides us in anyway to the runway. Just in case getting the altitude rights for the final approach. U-board? Don't think so, Boeing. Don't think so. I'm quite happy exactly where I am. IVAO flights are just in flight sim, Guant. So they're not real flights, they're just in flight sim. And it's not just Microsoft flights, they could be X-Plane, they could be FSX, they could be P3D, it's any flight sim that's compatible with the IVAO network. Could even be FS 2004, I believe. Could even be FS 2004. Which weather charts are you using in sim? I'll use any weather charts, Matthias. I'm using all the META, which is, well, in this case, built into A320. And a few mods that can expand on that as well. You're not Hayden. Well, your name is Hayden MC Folly, so I can guess your name is Hayden. No worries, Gunant. Always happy to help. Quite for the updated TCAS. TCAS would be pretty good. I mean, IVAO does have a built-in TCAS which you can set. So if I zoom out, you see. Well, probably no one really behind us, but the other aircraft will definitely see one another. Just see how it all goes, really. I think pilot training can real world pilots. I'll probably do private licenses one day, but probably not commercial. Can no way afford commercial anytime soon. Yes, I am using ChartFox, Carlos. I do use ChartFox for my my EFBs, all runways. Good point, actually. That's a very good point. I could have. No previous, refresh the page. There we go. So there's your tower frequencies, there's your approach in. VOR DME 112.200. That guides us in. Do the number 112.200 for that then. We'll go with that. 112.200. How much packs cost? It's like 30 euros, is it? $30? $30. £20. Where am I going? I'm going to radio nav 112 decimal. I'm not sure if it's in range or not for this. No, out of range, so we'll stick on the iNav. It's not going to cause us. It's not going to change our flight in any way. It just means that will be slightly different in the approach. What was all that stuff you're doing now? Is it all to land? Correct, Gringo. So we've set up our approach into Mallorca. We've set up the arrival in, and it's just a case of now going our aircraft into the airport when we land. Top of descent is in approximately 20 minutes at most, I'd say. So just in case seeing what it comes in. Once you know you did. I want to know, did you ban me from YouTube message because you can't message? Give me a minute, let me double check. Not sure. I don't see anything. What's your YouTube username? No, I haven't banned Max Harris. I'm ignoring him, but I'm not banning him, don't you worry. For some reason, again, doesn't let you input anything to the FOB. While programming FMS, fuel on board. I'm going to input something else. Which aircraft, Ali? Which aircraft are you having issues with? Depends on which airplane you're flying. Bro, Drawyah's in tech support for you. I get it all the time. I don't mind it. I mean, a lot of people watch my tutorials and see me as the tutorial guy, and so I'm not gonna go crazy with the stuff. Have I been to React? I don't think I have, your boy. Let me double check. No, I've not been to Royal Air Tattoo, no. I'd like to, but sad. I was approaching this year, or last year, but the year gone, but because the COVID got cancelled and I watched the virtual one instead. So I've watched the virtual one of last year, but I've not been to Air Tattoo. Favourite jet plane or fighter plane, either the F-18 or the F-22 or the F-15. I do quite like the US stuff. And that's pretty good though. Do quite like Folland's Gnats. Classic aircraft, and also what's the original one? The Meteor. The Meteor's pretty classic as well. Let's get something out the way at the moment. Why can I not find it? Why can I not find it? There we go. There we go. How do you have fun flying so long? I've always enjoyed flight sims, Kingslayer. I've always enjoyed flight sims. It's something I've always enjoyed from the early days, something I've enjoyed to this day. Brad there's £10. You already know what's I was going to say, but Pog. It's always Pog from Brad. Always Pogs from Brad. Thank you again very much, sir. You are a star. It's free text available, but text message not enabled to keep popping up. I'm not sure then, Diego. My only suggestion then maybe restart your sim, perhaps. Who's this? Who's this? DASWG, DOSG. Is that a controller center? Is that a pilot? That could be a GA call sign, to be fair. No. Yes, it is. It's Cessna 172. They're doing circuits in Madeira. Very nice. So I'm doing circuits in Madeira on your next plane right now. Oh, shame I can't use the what's it called? The menu to get back to them. So there they are. Departed. Do a few loops. Back in again. They've departed from 05 side, so that's a good sign. Show the 05 in use right now. It's it's you, Dylan, is it? Very nice. Very nice. Flying VFR local to Mallorca. Well, hopefully we'll spot you on the aircrafts. She said another plane. The message says POG. Get a call sign. Where's the call sign? Delta Alpha. So DA-POG would be an interesting call sign for one of these. Like I say, we're coming in soon towards the approach. Landing in just a couple of minutes, hopefully. I got through 320. What do you mean? Oh, actually no. I kind of agree because I'm more of a Boeing person. So yeah, A320 ugly. Also, the only reason I fly the 320 a lot is because it's the only real short haul aircraft right now in Microsoft Flight Sim, bar the modded 321. Until we get the CRJ or 737, then we get a chance to mix some more variety into things. But for now, as it's the only aircraft we've got, it's the only aircraft we've got. Hopefully the 737 won't be too far away. Hopefully the 787 this morning was enough to kind of mix things up a bit. But I'm more of a Boeing person. I'm always a Boeing person. What happened to the Megapack 320? What do you mean by the Megapack 320, Alex? Because there's the Megapack 321, which is out. Well, it's good for 05. Keep updated. Roger that. So runway 05 at LPMA is confirmed. So yeah, runway 05 is now confirmed. That's Madeira. So it's a nice. It's not windy so much, the winds are quite calm, but it is gusty, so it could get quite shaky, it could get quite wobbly, so hopefully it'll be pretty good. The Megapack 330, so right now it's, the Megapack 330, which used to be the Canadian Model 330, basically they've had a few issues in getting it ported into Flight Sim, so the animations are a bit off, the animations needs to be worked with, that kind of stuff, but now they've fixed all of the major stuff, so hopefully it's something that we can fly again soon. They're almost done. They're almost done. Just in case getting into the sim. Right, can you zoom in? Zoom into where, Boeing? Where exactly do you want me to look at? I went online and offline. Yes, like I say, so the original version, the A3, because that was the original Canadian mods, not Megapack Boeing. The original was Canadian mods. That one used the Thomas Ruth model, which initially we thought was alright for use, but then they're like, you've kind of misunderstood our end-use license agreements. You can modify it, but not distribute it. So they've removed it due to copyright issues. But like I said, it's been fully understood. They're gonna not go into arguments. Flight 747 cargo from Doha to San Francisco. Very nice gunments. It's quite a long flight, that. Quite a long flight. How often do you clean your PC? Do low temperatures, you get low temperature GPUs. So Kingslayer, there's a trick for that. Basically, what NVIDIA do is they make graphics cards that draw in lots of power because they almost expect the owner to overclock it. So it takes more power than it needs, and with more power you're not using, it heats up. So my power limit's actually been reduced. It's not 100, but it's at 93. Basically, what it does is it limits my temperature to at most 81 degrees centigrade. I could even lower it further if I wanted to. But basically, what you can do on an NVIDIA card is you can limit the power inputs to no effect on your GPU input outputs, and still gets decent frames. So it's called what's the technical term? It's like power limiting or power inputting. I'm not quite sure, but Drawyah will keep that communication approach. Yeah, so that's it. All the aircraft right now within a couple of minutes of each other, and so it's just a case of communicating on Unicom. So we'll get everything now plugged in. So it's runway 05 from Madeira, approaching on the RNAV, inbound from the northeast. What else are we going to need to do? So inbound from northeast, transition needs a start. We will be using the Lidrow 1 Charlie on the RNAV for 05. Perfect. So we'll hit top of descent and then start dropping the messages out. Not too bad, Mr. Flight Simulator. Not too bad. So far, so good. How are you today? This is a difficult approach to flight, or does weather make it difficult? It's the wet. So, runway 05 doesn't have a ILS beacon because the mountain, the cliffside of the island, just about cuts and intercepts the runway. So, that combined with not always high speed winds, but variable winds. So, it's a crosswind that changes direction every few minutes. As a result, it can be quite shaky, quite bumpy, and that's what causes the problems for landing. It's a non-direct approach with a very shaky wind scape going over it, and that's what pilots have to avoid at Madeira. It's not difficult for trained pilots. British Airways, for example, when they fly to Madeira, they have no first officer. You have two pilots, well, you have a first officer of course, but you have two fully trained captains on board. So 4 stripes for both pilots, not 3 stripes. Same as Innsbruck as well. British Airways Innsbruck, they only have 2 captains on board, not first officers, no 3-stripe pilots. So it's fully trained pilots that know the airspace in and out, which will fly in and out of the airports. Correcting Slayer, even if you do not overclock your card, if you lower your power inputs, you'll have the exact same performance with cooler temperatures. And if you don't overclock and you don't limit power, you still get high temperatures, because NVIDIA overpower their cards, expecting you to overclock them. Position, ask Captain Asif. Right now we are here, TAP 1713, about 20 minutes to arrival, currently over the water. When do we start descending? We start descending in about, basically when that, ooh, hang on. Okay, there is a descent marker. It's in the wrong place. But that D with the circle on it, that's actually a descent marker telling you when to descend. It's just right now in the wrong place. But when that D hits the 120 mark, sorry, when that D hits the about 100, so where that libdo pointer is a bit higher than that, when that D's about here, we'll start our descents. You've overclocked your 1030, completely crashed, won't turn on. It sounds like, Charlie, what you've done is you've completely gone too far with the overclocking. What you've not done there is you're not benchmark it, so you're meant to adjust it by 5 by 5 each time until your computer can't handle it, and then use a benchmark to go for it. What you've done there, by the sounds of things, is you've gone up to overclocker, you've gone click, drag all the way to the right, plus 1000, and that, I'm afraid, it sounds like if you've restart your system, if using MS Afterburner, it should cut it when next time you restart your PC. If you go too far, worst case scenario, you fry your graphics card. And so, when I backloaded the video showing my overclock and all that, even I said on the video, benchmark it. Always benchmark it, don't go crazy, because you're just going to cause yourself problems. So worst case scenario, you've completely fried your graphics card and you have to get a new one. Best case scenario, restart your PC and MSI should just reset to default presets. You can now see Madeira in the background over there, just about the islands in the distance. Not long to go now, not long to go. So constant roll of farm, top percent will be 33, 55 minus 3. Check your sum there, Diego. It's flight level times 3 divided by 10. That's the sum I use, not that. So your answer is 35 minus 3, so that's 32. 32 times 3, which is, hey Google, 32 times 3. 606. Oh, actually, that's hang on, that's confusing me now, because that's also correct, but you're doing a different I think it just, well, it's different sum, same answer basically. So, 5 times 3. Ah, sorry, because what you've done is, sorry, you are right. You put 35 times, whatever. You've already divided 10 before. Okay, no, that makes sense. Your sum is correct, yes. Sorry, I'm just looking at the flight level thinking, no, what's wrong with that? But it should be 350, not 35. So no, you are right there, sorry, Diego, you are right. Should we start descending? Not yet, Gugant, not yet. Still got a couple of miles left and we need to start our descents. Which is from, is that Gothenburg? Got Echo Sierra Golf Golf. I think that's Gothenburg. Got another company message, let's say hello. Atsu, AOC menu, oops, received. It's a message from 2002. Do you have just some updates? Makes sense to scenes and do that. Yes, that's true. So I'm keeping on just some scenery. I do hope they improve it, since it's an airport I want Helsinki. Just in case seeing what happens in the future. We'll put out a fresh weather request now. We'll plug it into the FMS, and then we'll start programming our descent and actually start our descending. So we'll put a fresh weather reports, and then we'll start our descent to Medeira. So return, received, meter. Let's have a look. So 0 at 5 knots, plus invisibility, few clouds at 1300, 70 degrees 2.2.4. So print that. We'll stick it on top of this. It's updated weather, that is now different, so... Ooh, 020, the winds have flipped. It used to be 230, 020, so actually the winds have now done a complete 180, and actually runway 5 is now the active runway. Let me just make sure the other pilots on IVAO are aware of that, so LPMA winds 020/5. Aware of gusts and variable winds. 05 is now the active. Okay, so we'll program that. Runway 05 is now the active runway regardless of what's going to happen. Make sure that's all plugged in correctly. So, performance. Next phase. QNH is 1028. Quite interested in that. Temperature is 17 degrees centigrade, 2.4. Winds are 020 at 5. Transition altitude. Transition is, get out from the charts. General, there we go. General, obstacle charts. Not obstacle charts, it'll be under. No. No. 9,000 anyway, so 9,000. Minimum decision height will be 700. There we go, good to go. This is from the airport. It's now around about percent, so we'll drop down to 20,000 initially and work our way down from there. We'll announce top of descents. Push that. We need to be down to. We'll initially go down to 1,000, and then we'll go down to 5. We'll go down to 5,000, and we'll work out the rest of the way down. So 5,000. So that's you. Speed we will reduce to Mach 0.7 this time. We can print stuff, Charlie. We can print stuff full stream. What does Toga do? So Toga is maximum throttle takeoff. Maximum throttle, takeoff, go around. So if you're going around or taking off, you use maximum throttle, you just stick throttle right to the full. So start our descent now. Landing in just a few minutes. Does that clocking GPU affect Microsoft Flight Sim FPS a lot? It does, Kingslayer. It affects every game a lot. FPS is so much smoother. Games run so much more stable now. Whenever you see Madeira, I can't feel the cake. Go on, Webeye. Let's see what he's been doing. Yes, there's one guy currently doing circuits at Madeira. He's in a Cessna 172. Just a few flights departed, done a few loops in, touch and goes, doing a loop around. Coming in the other side. Hopefully he won't cause any conflicts with us. Don't think he will. He's only a 172. What's going to happen? We're going to go right through him. But should be alright. Should be alright. We'll no, go back. That and that. Perfect. Right. We'll give the speed controls to the airplane now, so let that manage everything now. Continue our descents. We'll pass through 30,000 feet. It's a bit of a steep descent, that, for my liking. Bit steep for my liking, that. Yes, PACX does give you cabin sound, Miguel. PACX does give you cabin sounds. Tip for anyone going to overclock their GPU: don't overclock it all the way, you regret it. Yes, do not go too far. You create your own problems after that. Which video are you talking about, Gungans? Which videos are you going to have problems with? We're talking about people killing their graphics cards with overclocking. Since 172 use equivalent to a bad strike. Well, technically, mid-air collision, was it? An MD-80 with a Cessna back in America a couple of years ago. Lanate crash back in 2001. That was an aircraft landing, well, that was a citation jets. What aircraft, which one was it? It featured an air crash investigation where the aircraft came in, struck the, shot the aircraft. MD-80, collision, Cessna, was it a Piper? Yeah, I was going to see, yes, I'm sure there's one in America that had a mid-air collision on approach, but I can't quite remember which one it was. It was Turkish Airlines yes at Amsterdam, which stalled on short final. This is off the Microsoft Store, EUU. This is off the Microsoft Store, yes. Now turn the seatbelt signs on. I love FS20, but FS6 has so much more features.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign is now turned on, so it is time to return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
To be fair, with FS6, you've got to remember that it's a very old platform and has had more time to have all these features built in. Microsoft Flight is still brand new, still got a long way to go in regards to features and development. Where'd you buy chicken with PACX? What are you on about, Miguel? What chicken are you trying to buy with PACX? When will we arrive? We'll be arriving in about, well, within 25 minutes. Expected arrival, within 25 minutes. We're about 10-15 minutes to go. Gonna usually like if you're landing on the right seat, believe me, I'll keep what you say. You guys in chat decide, do we land left seat, do we land right seat? I'll let you do all the decisions today. Do we land left seat, do we land right seat? You guys can tell me. Yes, I do remember the F2004 instructors. I still remember my first time in the 737. You're on the runway. Actually, no, I think the necessary was like, pull back on the stick. Pull back on the stick. Because whenever you sit in the middle, okay, yeah, we'll do what a rope wants. We'll sit in the centre pedestal. This will be our visibility for landing today. Right. We're not going to do external. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, there you go, 10-0, perfect. We'll go in the jump seats. There you go, I think Kendall's won the decision today. We're going to land in the jump seats. There you go, guys. Sit back, relax, enjoy your landing from this view. If you guys are desperate for a right-hand seat landing, we'll do a right-hand seat landing. Left seat. Got a few more jokes to left seats. In fact, let's go on. Hang on. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Which seat do we land on? Left seat, right seat. That's... There you go. You guys vote. Do we land on left seat? Do we land on right seats? Two votes for right. 3, 5. Left seat's fighting back. I think the right seats have it today. In the toilet. Yeah, here you go, Ricky. We'll sit in the galley. We'll do landings from the galley today. I think that's the best view for that. No, I think by popular demand, we'll be doing a right-hand land today. We've been demoted to first officer. So 15 votes to the left, 40 votes to the right. The rights have it, guys. The rights have it. It's going to be quite interesting. No, it's going to be no different, to be fair. It's going to be no different. You land centerline regardless. Yeah, like a phone stand for this, to be fair. So I'm using my rail driver right now as a phone stand. It's not really built for that, is it? Alright, so we'll check our approaching now. So far so good. We programmed that this is fine. Just in case of monitoring our approach. Monitoring our descent rates. Give you an air show when you land. So it's 1028, I believe, the transition area. 1028 for the local altimeter. Crossing through 12,000 shortly. We'll be landing soon. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. 10 minutes. I'd like to get DCS more. I'd love to see you do a stream one day. DCS player can join you. Like I say, it's a platform I've got so many modules for it, but I just don't sit down and do enough with it. So DCS is certainly one for the future. What do pilots do? All the printed notes, throw in a bin after, I presume, Ricky. I mean, they don't need them. They might keep it for a day or two in case they need to refer to it. After that, dispose of it. Don't require them anymore. I've got one, for example, on my... actually printed out. So I got a British Airways one for my flew to Helsinki back in 2018. That was the I think it was the landing info sheets. Alright, so we've reached, we're currently towards 10,000 now.
We have begun our final descent into your destination.
How much is NIMBY Rails? NIMBY Rails is like 12, 13 quid at the moment. It's not too expensive. It's not too expensive.
Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat.
Mute's gone out now for spam. Let's set off landing. So landing lights on. Oh, they can stay off. We'll turn set brakes to medium. Spoilers we will arm. Does it simulate real weather? Yes, it does, you. It does simulate real world weather. Right, so switch over to altimeter 1028 now. And descent rate will now reduce to much level, 1,000 feet per minute. Below 10,000, so now below 250 knots. Not far from the airport, about 30 miles. Made the right hand turn, come into land. Would you prefer Airbus or Boeing? I prefer Boeing aircrafts. Not quite sure what Cosmos is desperate. But I don't think autopilot's that bad. Don't think autopilot's that bad at all. It's not perfect, but certainly gets where we need to go. So strange, looks like the cockpit's facing a mirror. I mean, that's just flying right seat for you. It's, I guess, kind of getting used to different sides of things, but I wouldn't say there's any problems with it. You guys voted for it. We're doing right hand seat landing. You guys voted for it. It doesn't look very well. Oh, we're using a mod for that, right? We're using a weather mod. So it's called Unreal Weather. It takes live meter and injects it into the sim. But this is live weather. Live weather from a different source. So an $8 for the upgrade, and Avina doesn't work. It does work, 14. It did work for me this morning at least when I flew from Abu Dhabi to Munich. I had no problems with it. You say you like Boeing more, but then you only fly Airbus. That's because right now in Microsoft Flight Sim Boeing 001, there is only Airbus aircraft for the short haul, the A320. As soon as, say, the 737 comes available, then I will definitely be doing some more flights in the 737. For now, early days, use what's available to you. Leave it 250 for now. Yeah, I'm going to mute this guy now because I've had enough of them. I've now banned him for life. He'll never be chatting on this channel again. Welcome, Barlow, how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to the chats. Of course, we're at a good time. We're on our short final now into Madeira. My viewers voted that I fly on the right hand seat today. Currently it's on 18 to 43 votes, so right seat got the vote today. You all voted for it. You will enjoy the right hand seat's landing. I was expecting a bumpy landing. Bit gusty landing, I wouldn't say bumpy, Leticia. I wouldn't expect bumpy. What's the winds, Drawyah? Winds we're expecting on landing are 020 at 5 knots. 020 at 5 knots. FPS in the cockpit, we're getting about 28-29 FPS. Outside, about 40-50 FPS. It's beautiful than this. Beautiful. Do you have crash enabled? Of course, Carlos, of course. Flying crash. If you mess up, you mess up. What's the point of disabling it? Yeah, I'm going to mute Boeing now because it's just his negative comments throughout this. Even earlier stream as well. It's just negative comment after negative comment. I don't like it. I don't want it. Flew TAP long haul. They're an awesome airline. Very good service. Good to hear. My brother almost flew TAP long haul to New York last year. But cancelled with COVID, like most trips. So in the end, it never happened. MSFS, can't wait. It's good to hear. Hope you enjoy it. Where do I come from? The real world? I come from the UK. I come from London. So I'm going to spot the airport to our right hand side. Looping around, coming to land. It is a nice livery, the TAP Air Portugal new colours. I do like them a lot. I do like them a lot. That's one. Craft is better in real life. You sure? There are a few spikes in the water. Is that water meant to be cliff? I'm not too sure. But I don't know, I like it. It's a very pretty sim, Microsoft Flight Sim. There's the airport. So we're going to loop in around, coming shortly. Going to send now down to 2,000. That's a rate of 800 feet per minute. Bring the aircraft around, coming to land. In fact, probably increase that slightly to 1,000 feet per minute. Zoom in on the ND. Sorry, I'm facing the other way. I'm getting used to the controls this way around. It's a lot closer than I thought we were. That's 1,500 feet per minute to flaps 2. Favourite livery? Probably Knock Air. Knock Air's Birds livery. Pretty good. love to visit here one day. Peaceful, quiet, out of the main world. What's the normal vertical speed going from 36,000? Around 1,500 2,000 per minute. Depends on how close you are to the airport or that the aircraft do it all managed. Favourite plane, 737 or 747. The 73 or the 74. You've been here before, very nice Miguel. Somewhere around here is a Cessna 172 I've got to try and keep a spot out for. Hopefully not going to cause any conflicts. Don't think they will do, but always best to again be vigilant, make sure they're visible to us. Okay, stand. Mod feet per minute landing rates is it's called FlyLive Studio, Arthur. FlyLive Studio. Down to 500 feet per minute. We'll use the full flaps landing today, so make sure that's all set up actually as well. Flaps, so it's 127 approach speed, 127. Uh, 172 is clear in front of us. Is that? Got no visual of it, but I'll keep an eye out for it.
Traffic.
That's a problem. That is a problem. TCAS alert shows the aeroplane 100 feet to our right hand side.
Monitor vertical speed.
What is going on? Who is?
Monitor vertical speed.
Well, where are... Oh, what is going on there?
Monitor vertical speed. Monitor vertical speed.
Not sure about that. What is going on there? We'll focus on our approach now. Hopefully they avoid causing us any problems. Down to 2,000, we'll now do our pre-land checklist. So, gear, yeah, we'll do gear down, flaps set, cabin checks on the other side. So, where is it? There it is. Spotters all set. Pre-landing checklist is now complete. All I've got to do is land the aeroplane. It's not too bad right now. It's a bit windy, a bit gusty. Well, not even gusty at the moment. The big problem I have right now is more the wind's changing directions. The wind keeps flipping around at the moment, and so just a case of monitoring that. Nothing I can't handle. If I can do pyro, I can do this. I still have not forgiven you guys for making me do pyro and then damaging the aeroplane's wing the moment we landed. Why is my comment not showing top right? It should do, Declan. Should do. Ooh, good reminding there. Got to turn the replay mod on. If I don't do the replay, we miss out on that. Good spot there, Abdul. So let me quickly start the replay. How do you get wing view to capture the whole thing? It's a replay, Declan. So we'll do the landing and then we'll do the replay of the landing afterwards. Drop down to 1,000. That's a rate of 500 feet per minute. Cabin crew, seats for landing, please. Quick reminder, the reason we're sitting in the right hand seat, there's the results for the straw poll. You guys voted for me sitting on the right hand seat. We'll now disconnect from the autopilot, set the mid-approach altitude to 5,000. And that's to bring the aircraft in to land. Runway is in sight, just behind the right hand window frame there. Runway is in sight. Pre-land checklist is all complete. We have landing clearance. $1,000. Stable approach, missed approach altitude sets. So far so good, 2 reds, 2 whites.
100 above.
100 above. Into minimums.
Minimum.
Center ourselves. There we go.
200, 150, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
First thrust sets. $80 knots. 60 knots. Versus cuts. We'll cut the brakes off. And exit the runway when able. Not terrible that. 266. Not terrible. Did have a few alignment things and gusts towards the very short final, but ultimately we did land it in one piece. So we've got a replay for this one as well, so do stick around for the landing replay afterwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination.
It's Madeira.
The local time is 3:41 p.m. and it's currently about 17 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us.
There's the Cessna again. AV starts. Park up next to this Finnair, I think. Whoa, bit of a jump there on the ground. Bit of a pothole someone could go and fill in perhaps. Hopefully Cessna won't get himself suspended later. He won't get himself banned on these networks by messing around like that. So our gate right to the end. This guy in front of us needs to move. Ah, he's on taxiing. He's actually going to take off shortly. That's fine then. So we've got Finnair at gates, powering CPU up. Got that guy in front of us taxiing to the runway. Very nice. Cessna's now landed over there. And we'll go taxiing to gates now. Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll watch him take off, that's no problem. So we've got time to get to the gates, disembark the aeroplane and all that, so we'll definitely be watching him take off, that's no problem. So we'll now take the ground marshal in. And hold. Brakes set. APU is available. APU bleed set. Engines off. Turn off the taxi lights. That's the end of flight report. 1 hour 44. 1 hour and 177 hours in total on flying soft flights and so far flying. Not bad at all. Right, turn all the lights off. Turn off the seatbelt sign. And let's say goodbye to passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mallorca. The time right now is approximately 11:15. Temperature outside being 80 degrees centigrade. We thank you for flying with TAP Air Portugal. We wish you a safe onward journey, and we hope to see you again in the very near future. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. So we'll let the end of flight suffer through its sting. We're now past up the gates. That guy's gonna probably wait for the aircraft on short final. Keep an eye out for them. Ground power set. APU comes off. That's off as well. Have to use the instant menu, I think, for the tugs. We'll do that. It's ground. Call the ramp. There's an aircraft on immediate final, so whereabouts are they? I don't see them, I must admit. Yeah, more company messages, we'll check that in a second as well. But I don't see this aircraft on immediate final, I must admit. Ah, there they are. I'm not sure about their altitude though. They seem a bit on the high side, I must admit. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this one, I must say. TAP Air Portugal holding short of the runway. Remember, that's a real person flying on Microsoft Flight Sim right now on the IVAO network. So let's see if they can manage themselves. This, by the way, I'm guessing is EZ7585. Yeah, he'll be fine. Very nice. This one now taxiing to position hold. Now departing in a couple of minutes. Right, let's expedite the boarding and let's get these passengers off the aeroplane. So,
We'll see what we can do. No promises.
Passengers making for the exits, that's all fine. Goodbye everybody on board. Let's end the flight and check out the end of flight report. So TAP 1713 A320neo from Porto to Madeira. 1 hour 43 minute flight time. Departure was 2000. Departed at 1956. So 4 minutes early. We arrived about 5 minutes early. So made very good time today. 162 passengers, 91 satisfaction, 275 landing rates, box time 157. No notable events. It was a bog standard normal flight, nothing really happened. Take friends at the airline, recommend you at work, have a few drinks. Passenger list is on the right hand side there. I'll drop the flight reports in chat if you guys are interested in looking in detail, so I can quickly stick it on there. He's still holding short, so presumably wait for the aircraft coming in. Mod. Which mod, Sinva? Presumably talking about PACX. TFDi design PACX. The passenger and crew experience add-on. So the next aircraft's on final, but he's miles away. To be fair, he could take off if he really wanted to, but well, you can hold short there if you want. That's fine. Right, let's disconnect. Let's have a look at the replay, shall we? So we'll close all of that. We don't need it anymore. We'll go to IVAO. We'll disconnect from IVAO. Let's load the replay and let's have a look. So 2021 130. That's 2138. That's fine. Open nets. And let's wait for it to load. There we go. Quickly silence the PWS. So on the right hand side, and let's watch landing from both passenger views. Then we'll do some from the externals, and then watch it all from the wherever before we bring the stream to an end. So right hand side, so far so good. So we're passing through 2,000 feet. And very shortly, about to make our right hand turn onto the runway. Can you replay the Airbus Telcam? Certainly can do. Certainly can do. FPS of GTX 1660, asks John. We're getting about 30 FPS in the cockpit, 40 50 FPS on the external view. Yeah, the window could do a bit of cleaning. Definitely give it a bit more love, that's for sure. This is a mod, Harry. This is a mod. This is called FlightControlReplay. This is what the main tool looks like. It's a mod, costs €18, but not yet released. It comes out in a couple of weeks when they finish testing. So this is a testing dev version that's currently in beta. There's about 10, 11, 20 of us beta testers at the moment. I've been given permission to stream it, showcase it, and get it onto the live stuff as well. Alright, passing through 1000. Let's I think the left hand side of you is going to get more of a view, I think. Left hand side's got more of the land in the mountains. Here, it's just water. Water and distant islands. So far so good. It's almost like you can't see anything out here. No lands, no runway, no nothing. Here we go, final descent. Short final. Honestly, you don't even realise the runway's there.
300.
There we go.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
There we landed. It's an interesting landing, that I must say. Especially from the right hand side. Especially from the right hand side. Let's jump now to the left hand view. Sure, this like I said is probably the more fun one, since that's got the land and the islands and everything. So short final limb, the right hand turn, and then touchdown. So far so good. I'm sure people who have been to Madeira will probably see this as the well, very similar view to what they saw in real life. And the scenery in the sim is fantastic. Second to none. Cannot fault it. Take care, Roke. Have a good one. You enjoy yourself. Bye bye.
1000.
It's a mod called FlightControlReplay. It's not released yet. It's not released yet. This is in beta testing. This is beta 4, and hopefully soon they'll have a release for it. It's called FlightControlReplay. It's a mod not yet released, as Brad puts in the chat. So far so good. Nice and stable approach in. Again, fantastic views of the road and city below. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this Guyan guy now. He's annoying everyone. It's beautiful scenery, this. Stunning. Absolutely stunning.
200, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
And touchdown. Not bad. Doing from the tail view. Correct RV, so you've bought the P3D version for Flight Control Replay. The Microsoft Flight Sim Edition is still in beta and not yet released. There's a reason why the comments I put not yet released in block capitals. Short final in, so far so good. The sounds are a bit off, yes. Sounds are a little bit off right now, but they finally got the stability right. It's no longer stuttery, no longer lagging, so small progress. Eventually it's had on get into a full release. Does 787 wing tail view? Yes, it does, thanks to that. 787 does have wing views. We showcased it on the flight this morning when landing. It's got wing views, has got tail views. All part of showcase cam.
200, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Not quite centre line. I guess you do get that sitting in the right hand seats. Show the UI, it's your thing, so we'll set up the next replay with that. So we'll reset the time to a bit earlier on. This goes back a frame, this goes forward a frame, stop, record, play. You could speed it up or slow it down if you need to. Record an MP4 file through it. Instant replay, so when you're in the sim you can just instantly drag it back. Microphone, you've got a microphone set up, you can do voice commands. A few different options to customize it as well. And yeah, it's a very, very high-tech little tour, this. Not the prettiest, but function-wise, probably the best replay mod on the market. Well, soon to be on the market now. Right, still a replay view from... We'll do it on this hand side because this is where all the fancy scenery is. Now, if you do a side view, you can see what the wheels. We can do a wheel view. So here we are, short final. Not sure about the A380 release date yet. A380 has no release dates yet.
400, 300, 200, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Hands down. Yep, official totes. You've missed the entire stream today, I'm afraid. I think actually that's quite a nice little replay to end it on. So, that was TAP Air Portugal from Porto to Madeira. That was the Airbus A320neo. That was Microsoft Flight Simulator. Once again, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all for the chats, the donations, the views, all the usuals that you guys are fantastic at. And yes, back tomorrow with hopefully a couple of flights. So we'll do a normal flight in the morning and then do our group flights in the evening as per usual. So if you're on Microsoft Flight Sim, stick around for the group flights. Until then, like I say, thank you all very much for watching. You take care of yourselves, and I shall see you all again in the very near future. There's the speed bump there, the random drop in the taxiway, which throws the aircraft down. Yes, like I say, thank you all for watching. Thank you, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you again in the very near future. Take care, and goodbye.